Chille, DeCastro puts DCW Production on blast. Says he's a stalker. Says he's going to have him arrested. Says he's going to sue him. Says he's nope. Removes all accusations from livestream and shuts up by the morning hours. What happened to the self-proclaimed troll slayer after DCW denied the accusations? Island Audit frantically responds to court order. Says it was an honest mistake to air footage on his channel that he was never supposed to air. Says he can be trusted. Plus, Lane Myers gets a rare crowd sourcing win. All this and more on this edition of Auditing Insanity. Good afternoon, and welcome to another combined edition of the Auditing Insanity Newscast for Saturday, March 8th, Sunday, March 9th, and Monday, March 10th, 2025. I'm Johnny Jones, and I'll be your host for an extensive look at Chille DeCastro's epic Sunday night raid session that may have turned into an epic withdrawal. You know you want to hear about it, as we ask you to focus on.
DeCastro says YouTuber DCW Production is stalker. In his most controversial exposé since the last time he wrongly accused someone of major crimes in a paranoid rant on his livestream, Chille DeCastro spent Sunday afternoon ranting about the alleged actions of YouTube user DCW Production, who apparently was stalking him. DeCastro started his livestream with the fiery announcement that DCW Production, a regular in DeCastro's livestream side chats, was also a Twitter/X user named Punkboy808. Punkboy808, according to DeCastro, was one of the regulars on Twitter/X who allegedly stalk and harass DeCastro on a regular basis. The YouTuber claimed that Punkboy808 went to the studio he's living sometime over the past month and took 2 pictures of building. The 2 pictures in question had been floating around various forums on Discord and been posted on Twitter/X by other accounts since mid-February. DeCastro then put up the pictures on the livestream and claimed, without providing proof, that multiple troll accounts including Colonel Wilma Deering on Twitter/X were all Punkboy808. He went on to expose Punkboy808 as a YouTube account called DCW Production. The proof DeCastro offered to show that DCW Production was indeed Punkboy808 came in a YouTube video on DCW Production's YouTube channel. DCW Production's YouTube account featured a pack opening for a card game called One Piece. Because at one point in the video DCW Production was looking for a card named Vegapunk, DeCastro made the leap that Punkboy808 and DCW Production were one and the same. DeCastro returned to the 2 pictures that Punkboy808 had posted on Twitter/X, this time claiming that he had talked to a private investigator who he had hired to track down the car in the photos. DeCastro said he paid the now former private investigator and had been provided the car's license plate and had definitive proof of the make and model of the vehicle in the pictures from an indentation in the windshield of the car. The YouTuber went on to accuse Punkboy808 of violating California's stalking laws and federal doxing laws, which he said were in place due to all the celebrities who lived there. Because the person posted the 2 pictures and implied that they were outside of DeCastro's residence, this was a crime according to DeCastro. He said he reported the posts to Twitter/X. However, Twitter/X failed to take any action on the posts. DeCastro then went to the first listing of DCW Production on Google, which was for a business in Georgia. He doxed the About page of the company, which featured their telephone number and mailing address, and told his fans that he wished all trolls would burn in hell. Continuing, he said that he talked to an ex-cop who assured him that the 2 messages were both illegal under California law and would be instantly actionable by the police, again, due to California's stalking laws that were set up to protect celebrities. Making a further leap, DeCastro showed screenshots from various troll accounts that used YouTube's super chat function to send him demeaning messages during his live streams. He threatened to subpoena Google and get the phone numbers associated with the credit cards used by the trolls who left the messages, implying that all negative comments and super chats were from the same account. Offering a deal, DeCastro said he would only report DCW Production to the police for stalking if DCW Production copyright struck his livestream. He also promised that if he feared for his life he would protect himself to the highest degree if anyone showed up at his residence. The YouTuber then led an attack on DCW Production's appearance, weight-shaming the man while being proclaimed as a hero by his own supporters. He then stated that Punkboy808 had been stalking him since 2024 and that he was behind accounts that continually reminded him of the restraining order that a former girlfriend took out on DeCastro in the early 2000s. In the most bizarre part of the 3-hour live stream, DeCastro said that the woman made the charges up because he punched and kicked really hard and implied that if he had indeed attacked her, she would not have survived the encounter. DeCastro then ruled out suing the trolls as his lawsuits against Kate Peter, Michael Blue Bacon Peratini, Daniel Clement, referred to as Daniel Clementi during the stream, and Team Skeptic, among others, went nowhere. He did, however, demand super chats from his side chat as any donations to his accounts really hurt the trolls. Turning his attention to his pending Constitutional Headquarters board game, DeCastro revealed that he had 50 pre-orders for the game. He also complained that he had working around the clock as the illustrator he hired was based out of Indonesia and the pair were in different time zones. DeCastro revealed that there were 143 cards in his game relating to the Articles of the Constitution. This announcement brought chuckles from critics who reminded DeCastro of the many misprints from the 2 versions of his 5A cop cards in 2023. Those critics openly wondered how DeCastro could provide quality control for the game when he couldn't do so for 2 double-sided cards in the past. He also sent out an ask to his fans for sound pads made of sound-dampening foam, as he could not afford to soundproof his studio. This was apparently to address complaints from fans that they could hear passing traffic on the street outside of the former furniture store he had turned into a studio during his live broadcasts. DeCastro also claimed that he would be returning to confronting police and assured his fans that if police wrongly put their hands on him that he had every right to use force against the police to defend himself. Update: about an hour after the livestream, DeCastro posted the following as a reply to a video on DCW Production's YouTube page: I got you. This is your cease and desist. Stop stalking me. I never gave you my address or asked you to dox me. First step, I press charges. Second, I sue you. Wanna play games? Now go eat something, you looking like you need a bite. I got you, dog. I love it.
Lane Myers wins Friday. Craig Hendry court updates. Friday saw YouTuber Lane Myers survive another controversial livestream, in which he verbally assaulted a judge handling a hearing involving the YouTuber. By Saturday, Myers had turned his attention back to YouTuber Christopher Direct D. Ruff, with a convoluted plan to either get sued by or sue Ruff Production Company in order to forcibly take over Ruff's YouTube channel. We bring up Myers and his convoluted and headache-inducing scheme as we actually owe Myers an apology. We missed a $20 donation late posted to his GiveSendGo account on Thursday and failed to include it in Friday's report. While the donation did not give him the victory for the day, it did put him in second place for the day. We've provided an upgraded graphic with this news story, and we apologize to Myers for again missing his donation. Myers had more good news, as he actually won Friday's take with a $30 donation, and Myers is Saturday's victor, as no other campaigns received donations for Friday. The 2 donations put Myers at a total of $50 in donations for the month, $65 in donations for the year, and a total of $2,714 for the lifetime of the GiveSendGo campaign. Sadly, we don't good news from Myers' competitor for Jose Chille DeCastro's affections in Craig Hendry. Hendry's GoFundMe drought has continued into a second month without a donation. While DeCastro mentioned Hendry on a recent livestream to indicate he was still funding his commissary purchases, Hendry received mixed news in other police-related matters. Hendry's appeal for his November conviction of felony stalking and misdemeanor harassment out of Vermilion has had some updates. The court received a notice of the filing of Hendry's trial transcript on February 21, 2025. This is one of the first steps in the appeals process, and the transcript itself can be quite expensive to produce. No hearings have been set for the appeal as of yet. In Sullivan County, where Hendry is facing charges of intimidation, disorderly conduct, and refusing to leave an emergency incident area, he was granted a continuance of his next hearing for unspecified reasons. Due to the continuance, his jury trial has been rescheduled from May 6, 2025 to July 1, 2025. Here have been no updates to his separate charges of resisting law enforcement / unlawful encroachment and making a false complaint against a police officer out of Greene County. Hendry still has 2 warrants for his arrest after missing November court dates for both sets of charges, despite being jailed in Sullivan County at the time of the hearings. It's unclear if and when the charges against him in Greene County will be resolved, as there has been no activity in either case in 2025. Hendry is currently serving a sentence of 548 days in jail for the Vermilion County charges, with 79 days of credit for being held in jail during his pre-trial and time off for good behavior. Hendry may be released later this year.
Journalism is not free. Both ReallyCoolSite.org's daily newspaper and our daily newscasts are funded by your continuing donations and what we make from our YouTube AdSense revenue each month. If you'd like to contribute to help us keep the lights on, eating, keeping the cats fed, and writing news stories to feature on both the newspaper and newscast each day, we do have a GoFundMe set up at the address on screen right now. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch our videos from beginning to end. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing, and we thank you in advance for pitching in.
DeCastro removes DCW Production accusations. In a video posted to his own YouTube channel Sunday night, DCW Production responded to accusations made by Jose Chille DeCastro of stalking and doxing in a 3-hour livestream held earlier on Sunday. DCW Production started by thanking DeCastro for the bizarre day following DeCastro's exposé that directly accused DCW of doxing and stalking the activist and YouTuber. He then reminded DeCastro that the address of the former furniture store that DeCastro uses as a studio/residence had been public for months now, by DeCastro's own admission. He also claimed that it was illegal to use a commercial building as a residence in California and said he may be reporting it to DeCastro's landlord on Monday. Addressing some of DeCastro's claims, he mocked DeCastro for trying to tie the smiley-faced emoji used as a Twitter/X account icon by user punkboy808 and his own use of a Funko Pop-style character on his YouTube account's icon. He said he didn't see the connection, and posting different messages from different accounts who mocked DeCastro through super chats also did not prove that they were all the same person. DCW denied sending text messages to DeCastro and also denied having any connection to the DCW Production website, whose address and phone number DeCastro doxed in his own livestream earlier in the night. Addressing DeCastro's claim to having hired an ex-private investigator to find his information, he questioned what exactly DeCastro had found, as he would not confirm his current location. He said that DeCastro was not going to act on his threats of a lawsuit or going to police, as DeCastro had no idea who he was or his actual information. In a strange update, by midnight Eastern Time Sunday night, DeCastro had removed approximately 40 minutes of his earlier livestream where he made the accusations against DCW Production and doxed the address of the Georgia-based DCW Production. Posting on the ReallyCoolNews Wire Discord server, a user claiming to be DCW Production attributed the edits to the reports he sent to YouTube for harassment by DeCastro. He also added, "Well, today was a fun day. Chille came at the big dog and ran away like the little bitch he is, editing out the part of the video with me and hiding with Hightail between his legs. Such a shame. I wanted to play with him some more and really fuck with his head." But we'll see, maybe next live will be all about me. I'm out, time for bed because I have a full-time job I have to get to in the morning, unlike Chille. The incident is just another one in a long history of wild accusations made without retraction by Jose Chille DeCastro. The most recent one came in early December when he accused Daniel Jones of the Welsh News Network of hacking his YouTube channel and airing 3 live streams that were filled with male-on-male pornography. Jones, once one of DeCastro's most ardent critics, had gone dormant in disgrace earlier in the year following allegations of stolen valor and defrauding charities. The culprit of the actual attack on DeCastro would later be revealed to be YouTuber Irish Demon. Demon would all but admit the attack on air during a live stream in November and later would allegedly privately admit to doing the hack to users of a Discord server associated with the Shiz Happens YouTube channel. DeCastro has famously sued YouTuber Kate Peter of the Masshole Troll Mafia and others not once but twice based on the same sort of dubious claims. Among those claims he accused Peter and her associates of conspiracies to steal his van, cancel his Airbnb reservations, harass his dog, track his location like a great white shark, and leave a bag of dog feces on the doorstep of an Airbnb he was staying at while smearing Nutella on the door handle of the same property. Strangely, when ordered to show his proof of these actions in his most recent lawsuit, DeCastro has ignored the opportunity to do so. In his most recent filing, he claimed that his hundreds of screenshots of proof were lost and then regained when his computer malfunctioned last year. DeCastro also failed to acknowledge his own doxing of his current location in the summer of 2024. When DeCastro initially rented his current studio/residence, he released videos and photos to his small group of YouTube followers. One of those followers allegedly shared DeCastro's photos and videos of the rental space with others who made them public. Through the released media, DeCastro's address was easily obtained and has been publicly available.
Long Island Audit responds to emergency motion. Sean Paul, Long Island Audit, Reyes filed his pro se response to an emergency motion to sanction Reyes for airing a deposition of a defendant in his ongoing case against the city of Berwyn, Illinois, on his YouTube channel in defiance of a court order. Reyes blamed his former attorney, Gregory Coolis, for the early February incident, which he now claims was a simple misunderstanding of the protective order imposed by the judge in the lawsuit. The YouTuber was allowed to record the deposition of the defendants with the explicit agreement that he could not air the footage on his YouTube channel. The footage aired on Reyes' channel in early February, resulting in an almost immediate emergency action by the defendants, who asked for the video to be removed and for sanctions to be imposed on Reyes. It also caused an almost immediate split between attorney Coolis and Reyes, with Coolis withdrawing from the case, citing irreconcilable differences with Reyes for his departure. His motion to leave the lawsuit was granted in late February. Reyes' motion essentially argues that he's always acted in good faith in the lawsuit. He complied with the orders from the judge about the deposition footage until his misunderstanding with Coolis, which left him to assume he could use the footage as he liked when the case was dismissed earlier in the year. He further argued that he set the video to private as soon as he was instructed to by the court, which showed he acted in good faith, and because of his good faith actions, sanctions cannot be applied to him. Reyes is asking for the complete denial of the defendant's emergency motion, the understanding that he only released the video due to an honest mistake, and an acknowledgement of his contention that he has a history of complying with court orders. The next hearing in the lawsuit has been stayed until Reyes completes his appeal of the dismissal of the lawsuit and the emergency motion to the Seventh Circuit. All was not bad for Reyes, however, as his crowdfunding sources may have not brought in new donations on Saturday, but did bring him $5 in a single donation to his Support the Fight Against Tyranny and Corruption fund to win Sunday. That fund stands out from all his campaigns with a total of $5 taken in for March and $295 for the year. No other campaigns received donations on Saturday or Sunday.
We need your help. Both ReallyCoolSite.org's daily newspaper and our daily newscasts are funded by your continuing donations and what we make from our YouTube AdSense revenue each month. If you'd like to contribute to help us keep the lights on, eating, keeping the cats fed and writing news stories to feature on both the newspaper and newscast each day, we do have a GoFundMe set up at the address on screen right now. If you can't afford to contribute, please watch our videos from beginning to end, like, share, subscribe and comment. You can help by doing next to nothing and we thank you in advance for pitching in.
And we're back. It's fun tonight as Jim and the gang take part in the 19th rendition of Suck It Phil, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. The gang will be on hand for fun, and torture of each other that we'd like you to tune into. Plus, there's a big announcement about an Auditing Insanity related issue. So jump on in and hear about it. On that note, I'm out of here. Take care all.